Hello guys, welcome back to my lesson. In this video, I want to tell you more about completing the square solving equation. And it's time for tell you about the special case of completing the square. If you got the form of x plus 1 square minus 4 equal to 0 here, we call here is completing the square. Completing the square form equation is very easy for recognizing that one. And the next case will be plus 4 equal to 0. So what is the difference between this one? You can see now in the first case, you can change this become to the difference of the square form. This is the difference of the square because for here you can write down 2 square, and here you got this one is the difference of the square form. But for this one, you can see that if I write down 4 equal to 2 square, this is not the difference of the square. This is the sum of the square. So because it is not the difference of the square, you cannot factorize in this form. You cannot factorize this form because we have no formula about the sum of the square. Yeah, the sum of the square you cannot factorize in form, but for the difference of the square that is possible for factorizing. It's very easy because the formula tell you about the factorizing form between a square and b square will be here. So you can see that from here you can factorizing, but for the second one you cannot factorizing. That's why you cannot solving this one. You cannot solve in this equation. This equation will be no solution. The kind of this question will be no solution. But you have 2 solutions at least. Yeah, you got 2 solutions about this equation. That is the first special case of the completing the square. Okay, one case you got solution. Another case you got no solution. You got no solution. Example, x squared plus 5 equal to 0. You cannot change this become to the difference of the square. So here you have no solution for this one. That is the small form of completing the square. How about x plus 4 and square here plus 5 equal to 0 or plus 25? The same idea, because this one is plus, that is the sum of the the sum of the square. So you cannot you have no solution for this case. And how about this one? I've got minus 4 square plus 25, and another case is minus 25 square and plus 4. Which one will have solution? Because you have the relationship between these two terms, perfect square and the number will be plus here. So this is it is not the difference of the square. This is the sum of the square. Yeah, this is the sum of the square. So you cannot factorizing form. You cannot factorizing, and that's why you have no solution for this question. You cannot. Yeah, so the same idea with the next one. Here is the no solution case. No solution case because this is plus, this is not minus. I need minus for factorizing. Another reason for no solution in this case, listen very carefully. You got a square, x square, about inequality identity. X squared, this means this number cannot be equal to negative number. This is equal to negative 2. No, that is no solution. That is no solution. And how about x squared equal to minus 4? Of course, that cannot be solution. Okay, some of you will have question about this case. Sometimes we'll tell you that 2 square equal to 4 and minus 2 equal to minus 4. How about this case? Okay, look at this. This is square, not about minus 2. This only square about the number 2 here. So what is the difference between this writing and this writing? For this writing, you got minus 2 inside the bracket and square outside. This means minus 2 will multiply with itself. And after that, you got 4. This is not minus 4. And how about here? For this writing, you got square only apply for number 2 here. This means 2 times 2 by this one. And of course, for this writing, a little different. And then the answer will be different. Also be different like here. And this means when I tell you x squared equal to minus 4, some of you will tell you that x equal to minus 2. No, because minus 2 equal to 4, that is not minus 4. Here is 4. That is not minus 4. So when I tell you about x squared, this means that number cannot be negative number. This cannot be negative number. And cannot be negative number is mean x squared will be greater than or equal to 0. When x equal to 0, you got x squared equal to 0. When x equal to negative 1 square will be equal to 1. You got x equal to 3. You got 3 equal to 9. 3 square equal to 9. X equal to minus 4. This means minus 4 inside the bracket. And square outside, you got 16 here. This is 0. This is 0. That is positive. That is positive. And this one also be positive. That's why you got this inequality. That's why you got this inequality. X squared always greater than or equal to 0. So when I write down x squared, that have to be always equal to 0, greater than or equal to 0. If I'm write down x plus 1 square, it also be greater than or equal to 0. It cannot be the negative number because the square here apply for all these number inside the bracket. So you got square, this means you cannot have negative number. The same thing for x minus 1 square here, also be greater than or equal to 0. X plus 3 here, square outside, also be greater than or equal to 0. And the same thing with this one, greater than or equal to 0. How about this one? If I'm write down here x plus 1 square equal to negative 2. How about this equation? Of course, you can immediately answer my question. This one will be no solution. No solution because this number always greater than or equal to 0. Or another way for talking about this one, x plus 1 square cannot be negative number. Cannot be negative number. But this equation tell us that it is equal to negative 2. So no solution. No solution, definitely. How about this one? X plus 3 square and equal to negative 7. Of course, very easy for answer this question. No solution for equation here. The same thing with this one. X squared equal to 1, negative 1. Yeah, we have no solution. We have no solution. Yeah. Okay, go on. How about this case? Okay, sorry, stop video right now and copy this one to your notebook. How about this way? You got x plus 3 square here and plus 4 equal to 0. Why this one will have no solution? You can see that I changed position plus 4 from left hand side to right hand side. This is become to negative 4. So look at this. You got square equal to negative number. This one is negative number. This one is square. This means greater than or equal to 0. One side always have value greater than or equal to 0. One side equal to negative number, so they cannot have solution. That's why you have here is no solution because this perfect square less than 0. And the next one, you got x plus 2 square and plus 5 here equal to 0. You got two reasons for no solution in this case. The first reason is they did the sum. They did the sum of the square. They did the sum of the square, so is it no solution? The second one, the second reason, you got x plus 2 square equal to negative 5. Yeah, two reasons for one conclusion. No solution in this case. No solution in this case. When this completing the square have solution, the difference of the square. X plus 3 square minus 2, this is have solution because this form can change to the difference of the square. X plus 2 square minus 7 equal to 0. Of course, this one also be the difference of the square. And 3 here minus 9 also be the difference of the square. If I change this one become 2 plus, okay, no solution, plus no solution, plus here no solution also. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this one, and I hope you can understand about the special case of completing the square. In this case, you cannot solve quadratic equation. You cannot solve quadratic equation, and you can make immediately the conclusion about this equation is no solution. No solution. That's all.